Hey guys, welcome back to Wentworth Life, and thank you all so much for all of your kind messages recently, wishing myself and Peter a congratulations last week, because it really meant a lot to us. And of course, thank you everybody for the congratulations on the wedding, and yeah, it was a brilliant day. Okay, well, it's back to Wentworth episode reviews now, and we are up to Wentworth Season 4, Episode 7, Panic Button, and this is one of my favourite Season 4 episodes, so grab yourselves a cuppa, settle down, get cozy, and let's jump straight in. So, Doreen really annoyed me in the last episode when she literally jumped crews from B to CRAIGZ, and this episode pretty much continues that storyline with a load of rippling effects going through the entire prison. Of course, Joan Ferguson is continuing to manipulate CRAIGZ, the Red Right Hand, and of course Doreen, and she continues to plant seeds into Doreen's head about the panic button rule. So in the episode, while the women are all having, their food in the dining room, Doreen stands up and tells B that they are not happy about the panic button rule, and B is standing firm, telling everybody that if they have a problem, then they come to her. That's what the top dog is there for, and the pair of them, they end up having, another, heated exchange in front of everybody, which isn't doing very good things for B's authority with the women, and B, she even tells this to Doreen later on in the unit, telling Doreen that she's making things very difficult for her. But this time, things end up boiling over, and Doreen storms over to the panic button and ends up pressing it against B's orders. I actually really love this scene, especially when all of the other women, they start pressing their panic buttons in their units, and B, she starts like staring around into space, and she's probably thinking, what the hell is going on? I can also remember the first time watching this, I was thinking, B, oh god, she's definitely losing the support of the women. This ultimately ends up in a vote for top dog. I love the scene when B loses it in the dining room and she slams down her tray of food, and then she shouts at the women, offering them all a choice about, if you want a top dog or you don't want a top dog. CRAIGZ, she keeps interrupting B, and B's like, oh, shut up, CRAIGZ. I don't know what it is. I just love this scene where B and CRAIGZ, they just bounce off each other really well. So there is this ballot voting thing where it is a tick for top dog and a cross for no top dog, and all of the women, they can only vote once, although Tina Mercado, she does try to vote twice, and Sonia Stevens, she catches her in the act, which is actually a really great moment. This is Sonia's first full episode, and I honestly loved Sonia when she first arrived in Wentworth. She had some real funny one-liners, and I don't know what it is, there was just something about her that I found fascinating. I know we didn't know at this stage whether if Sonia was a killer or not, but it was very intriguing. Now don't forget, Liz accepted to become Witness X in the last episode, so she's there and she's doing her very best to be best friends with Sonia. And Don Kaplan, oh, Don, he is such a naughty one, isn't he, guys? He is there stringing Liz along, trying to appeal to Liz's better nature and also her vulnerable side, and I actually hate it, knowing what we already know what's coming. Poor Liz. Anyway, back to the top dog vote. There is a real great montage where they play this awesome song in the background, and we see all different parts of the prison, all different women, and the ladies of the Wentworth are all voting. And before it's time to count the votes, Vera decides to lock the women up early as punishment for all of that, panic button thing the night before. So Vera ends up locking away the votes for the women, and then in the middle of the night, Vera, oh you naughty girl, she goes to the votes and tampers with them, and even Jake Stewart, he's there and he catches her, and he's like, naughty. Let's not forget, Jake kissed Vera in the lift at the end of the last episode. And in this episode, Vera, she ends up, she starts to flaunt her authority at Jake, telling him that he was grossly in the wrong for kissing her. But Vera, she so wants Jake. Look at her. She definitely does. But let's not forget that Vera, she is a bit of a closed book. After everything that has happened with her, with Fletcher and her mother, and even Joan, all of the people who Vera trusted in her life and then got hurt quite severely in some cases, Vera is probably thinking that she can't believe her luck with Jake, but she's scared. And Jake, he definitely sees it as a challenge. I definitely think that this whole authority act from Vera is a bit of a turn on for Jake as well, and he definitely wants more. What I do find quite funny is at the end of this episode, they are alone in the lift once again, and Vera, she's there looking at him from the side, like with his little puppy dog eyes, and she then goes to lean in to kiss him, but then Jake, he just walks out of the lift with a cheeky little smirk on his face before Vera had the chance. Back over to the votes once again, and it is time to count it all. Now, B is convinced that she is about to lose her top dog job, and she even admits that she wants to lose. B has pretty much had enough of this bullshit now. Well, after Vera had tampered with the votes, B, of course, ends up winning. I mean, I don't really blame Vera for tampering with the votes, because if B was to lose the top dog job, who on earth would have taken her place? Probably Joan Ferguson, but Joan saves that one for the next season. CRAIGz ends up going to court, and at first she thinks that she's going to have a little bit of a lighter sentence, meaning that the Red Right Hand girls will all pretty much get off with time served. However, things go very south later on, and CRAIGz ends up being sentenced to 12 years, and CRAIGz is not happy at all. She ends up smashing up her cell, which I just love, and then later on she has a session with Bridget, and she tells Bridget that it's not really the sentence that has upset her, it's the woman who put her in there. Now, CRAIGz thinks that it was B who lagged on her to the police, but as we all know, it was Joan Ferguson. Now, Joan has a few issues of her own when her solicitor tells her that she thinks that the prosecutor is going to pull a surprise witness, and Joan knows exactly who it is. Of course, it's B. Now, Nils Jasper, he has admitted to the cops that he attacked B in the prison, but only because it was ordered by Joan. So B is asked by the authorities to testify this in court, but B only agrees to do this if Joan is transferred out of Wentworth after the trial. Now, this has Joan very, very worried. The walls are starting to close in on her. Well, Joan, she decides to offer CRAIGz a deal. If CRAIGz gets someone to take care of Nils Jasper on the outside before he ends up in the courthouse, Joan in return will kill B. Smith, making it look as if Joan is doing CRAIGz a favour, but instead Joan is actually just getting rid of 2 witnesses against her. Oh my word, it's so twisted, and the manipulation of lies is just crazy and messed up. But Joan, she is continuing to play a blinder, but how much longer will everything continue to go in Joan's favour? Will she get away with it? Of course, one of my all-time favourite moments in this episode is, of course, B and Ali's first kiss. It happens right towards the end of the episode, but there's actually a lot of flirting going on throughout, and Ali, she even gives B some vitamin E for the scars on her legs, and there's actually a scene where Ali is in B's cell, and she's helping her to put on the cream, and B is like, I'm not gay, and Ali is like, I don't care what you are. Oh, I love it so much. But as we all know, they do end up having a beautiful first kiss, and I just absolutely love it. I love B's face just after the kiss. As soon as their lips part, it's almost as if something just went click in B's head, like almost as if to say, this makes sense. Oh, I just love it, guys. I really, really do. However, bloody Joan Ferguson, she's there, she's listening to all of it, and I'm just like, why is Joan always there at these blimmin' moments? Like, just go away, Joan. We also had some beautiful scenes between Boomer and Maxine in this episode. Now, Maxine, she had made her mind up not to have treatment for her cancer. She doesn't want to lose her breasts because she fought to have them for so long, you know? And this does not go down too well with Boomer. And Boomer, she ends up getting really, really upset and has a massive breakdown. Maxine is there, she's hugging her, trying to calm her down, and it's, oh my god, it always brings tears just thinking about it. Oh my goodness. However, Boomer having this meltdown actually changes Maxine's mind about having the treatment. Now, later on, Boomer and Maxine, they're alone in one of their cells, and Maxine tells Boomer that she has changed her mind, she will have the treatment. And what I love about this is I genuinely feel that Maxine had probably thought to herself that nobody cares for her, nobody really cares for her, nobody would miss her if she were to leave this earth. Now, Maxine, she is one of those people who is not, life hasn't been very kind to her, especially where people are concerned. And after Maxine witnesses Boomer's massive breakdown just at the thought of losing her, that made Maxine realize just how much she is loved. It made her realize that she is needed in this world, and to me, that is just beautiful. So, a very action-packed episode. It is one of my favourite, episodes of season 4. Lots is going on. Things are really, really starting to heat up from this stage. My favourite moment has to be the Bea and Ali kiss. Nothing else comes close. And my least favourite moment, oh god, it just has to be Joan's manipulations scattered throughout. She's having it far too much her own way at the moment, and it is starting to get a little bit irritating. But let's hear some of your thoughts on this panic button episode. What do you guys think about this episode as a whole? What are your favourite moments and what are your least favourite moments? Let me know everything, guys, in the comments box below. Okay then, guys, thank you all for stopping by and watching today's video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.